Welcome back to ODT Rugby Chat. I think I picked the Sharks to beat Southern last week, and that duly happened. And of course, I picked the Highlanders to beat the Kings, and that was an absolute disaster. Boys, I've got tonight. We're going to talk about quite a few things. We're going to talk about the new ODT Express rugby competition coming up in 2 or 3 weeks' time. So I've got a couple of wingers with me. I've got Kieran Moffat, who actually thinks he's a centre, but really he is a winger. Brownie tells me he's a winger from the Eels. And I've also got Bryce Morgan, the world's smallest winger from Kaikorai. 70 kgs?
Yeah, 72.
72, it's not bad. Do you put weights in your pocket before you start?
No, just wear thermals and shoulder pads.
All right, boys, let's just quickly talk about the Highlanders. Did you see the game?
No, I don't watch it.
You didn't watch it?
No.
Did you watch it?
Oh, yeah, 4 a.m. in Alibi. I saw the last two.
Well, you wouldn't have seen any. You wouldn't have made any sense to you 4 a.m. at Alibi.
I saw the scoreline. That was enough.
What, you were just celebrating your big victory over the mighty GI.
Over the mighty GI. I snuck home the last 40, so we're pretty happy.
Yeah, I actually got home a bit late myself, fellas, I have to say, and I fell asleep on the couch, and I woke up to watch the last 30 seconds. I went to bed very, very sad and very dejected. Look, let's get on to what we're here to talk about. We'll talk about how your clubs are going. So, Bryce, Kaikorai started off like absolute pigs. Weren't going that well. Then you came to the Sharks, you gave them a hiding. You haven't lost a game since.
No, we haven't lost a game.
So did that turn around for you?
Oh, I think it all started last year with Hunt's coming in. He had new systems and new plans for us, and it took us kind of last season to get used to them. And now
so this was after you threw out Lukey and Muldrew?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Right.
Well, it's just poor timing. I think.
Right. So it took you a year to get your heads around it?
Oh, it's just happening more natural for us now, the calls and stuff, I think.
So, but since then, you've gone from strength to strength, and you've got yourself back in that hunt for that top four, haven't you?
Yeah, I guess. Well, most of our teams from that is made up of the Colts they had that great season a couple of years ago, so they're maturing a bit now, like Spencer and
but you still got that when you lost in the end again in that final.
Yeah.
Right, okay,
Don't want to talk about that.
Right. So those boys they've all come through from Colts. A lot of those guys.
Yeah, well, most of them, and then there's a few old boys like Rudson and Griff.
I was talking to Rudson on the phone last night. He wasn't happy about being called the old guy of the team.
Well, he is, which says how young we are.
Right.
Really.
So any stars coming through in that Kaikorai side? Apart from yourself, obviously.
Apart from myself, yeah, just those Colts boys again, like Matt Tatana and Spencer, Lee Allen Tweed, and Shane Saw, the new fullback.
This is Sean Connery.
Yeah, Sean Connery.
We're dumping him this week.
Yeah.
Well, I'm off. We'll come to you. So, Tyree, 70 points on the weekend. What was going on there? 70 points against the Onion.
Yeah. No, things went pretty well. Our system seemed to be working fairly well, and Jace has got the boys ticking well.
So, you're going to lose this season?
Oh, there's always potential to lose. There's some big games coming up in the second round, and people will be wanting to knock us off. So, yeah, we've got to be playing well because teams are wanting to.
So, you've got a few guys still to come back. The Big Show hasn't been on the scene this year, which is probably no great loss, but the Big Show hasn't been back, and the other big Otago prop hasn't shown himself yet either.
Big news is Big Show's nearly back in action, right. So that's going to be a big day out in the.
And what about the other prop, the boy from South Canterbury?
Aki, he's a few weeks away.
So what's wrong with him?
He's damaged his knee, so he had surgery on his knee.
Right, so he hasn't played all year, obviously.
No, he'll be back probably halfway through second round, I think.
Right.
Probably, yeah.
And in that way, you'll have to dump Dean Collins in, hopefully.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that.
Does he go to any training?
It's not good for team morale when he doesn't turn up to training.
Right,
so
and he just plays on Saturday.
Yeah. So we need to get him cut, I think.
So I hear Jace has been pretty tough, and you guys dropped a few guys this year for not turning up to training.
Yeah.
I thought one of them was you, but you've told me that's not true.
No, I had a wee hamstring complaint, but. Right. Kurt Webster, old dog, got a lot of experience, but no, it's not good enough. Not turning up for duck shooting, so he's been cut. He's been relegated to Div 2. So.
Oh, yeah, good work.
Yeah.
Well, we'll come back. Let's talk about Kaikorai. Mm-hmm. Now, are you guys a realistic shot for the 4 now? Will you make the 4?
I'd say so. If we just need to beat the teams below us on the table, which in the past we've had a wee bit of struggle with, we kind of seem to. Play to the level of the team we're playing against, and we're trying to get that out of our game and just play to our standard each week. So hopefully, in the second round we can do that.
So you'll be modelling your career on the whitebait, who's made the step up. He's probably about 1 kilogram heavier than you.
Who's the whitebait? I don't know.
The whitebait, Tony Ensor.
Oh, Ensor, yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm older than him, so he's modelling it on me.
So you just you specialise in having really light wingers up there.
Oh, I guess, yeah. I don't know, I've got nothing to say to that.
So you're a Dunedin boy?
Yeah, I went to Otago boys.
Was he in the first 15?
No, I did athletics in the 7th form.
So rugby wasn't part of what you were doing then?
I was Ali McMahon, trained in endurance running.
Oh, you're with the Whispering Dead?
Yeah. The Gardener, the man himself.
So, boys, we're going to move on to, we've got this big competition coming up. It's the ODT Express. It's going on it's half-time in the Highlanders game against the Blues in 2 weeks' time. Now, there's lots of prizes coming up. So for the clubs win a bragging rights, obviously. They get a Spate shout from the boys at Spates, which I'll be putting on a few jugs for the club, I'd imagine. There's 100 Marlowe's pies up for the club. They can eat or sell those. Brand new barbecue from Placemakers. They got 50 training balls for their club. And the player themselves gets a $4,000 bed from Sweet Dreams, a $1,300 laptop from Computer Troubleshooters, and they get tickets for their whole team for the Highlanders Crusaders game. So it's not about prize pack, it's 8K.
You've done well, Piggy.
Yeah, well, actually, nothing to do with me. Mike Kerr's done all this. It's just called the ODT Express because I decided it should be called that. So who's up for this? Who do we think can do this?
Well, what I've seen of it, it's not just a straight out sprint, is it?
No,
So-
we don't want to. We just don't want a straight sprint because that just means the fastest sprinter will just win it. So there'll be a rugby ball involved, and there will be a skill element. We won't let it go to the night what they have to do, but there'll be a skill element involved with the rugby ball as you're running your 100 odd metres. So who's up for it? Moff, can you win this?
Oh,
You're too slow.
Yeah, I've got a bit of a hammy complaint at the moment. Otherwise, that prize list is looking pretty good. So,
Yeah.
but I don't think I'll be up there for it.
So what about you, Bryce? Now you're reasonably quick.
Oh, reasonably quick. I wouldn't say I was in the top 3 in my team though. So.
Oh, for speed, who's faster than you?
Ensor when he's here, the Shane Saw,
Yeah,
and Tyler Bicken.
they're all quicker than you.
Yep.
So that
Sharp.
Grandad not quicker than you?
Dawes, yeah, Doreen, he's up there.
Durrani,
It's out of him and Ben Martin actually for the slowest.
the slowest in the team. Now, what about? I hear Davey's back.
Yeah, he's about to make his comeback for Div 2 this week.
Yeah, well, he's still got wheels.
He's naturally pretty gifted.
Has he got any skills though?
Oh yeah.
So he could actually
does.
kick ahead and catch it.
Oh, don't know about that. Yeah, he'll
But he's genuinely quick.
he's expressed.
So he'd be and so him. What about Liam Edwards? Liam Edwards would have to go close in this competition, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Good
I'd
skill
say
set.
So. Yeah,
He's
he is.
quick again.
Good
Another
step.
guy that's quick. I don't know if the white bait will be allowed to enter. Big Tony
Depends
Ensor.
if Joseph lets him go.
I just think that I think from memory, looking at the rules, I think the guys that are professional players don't get to enter.
No, they don't.
That's the word on the street. And we have to consider him a professional player now that he's a Highlander. Right, boys, we better move on to we'll move on to our Form 15. So we've got a few changes to make. So stick with me. We'll do the backs first. You guys can comment on these backs as I work out who they are. So we're going to put Ben Knoll back into the side. So the dog roll's gone. The dog roll's out because he hasn't been playing.
Oh, he's been running the waters pretty solidly.
Yeah, so Ben Knoll.
Soft head, I think, isn't he?
Yeah, concussion.
We're putting Corey Rapina. He's not a midfielder anyway.
No,
So
he's rubbish.
Marshall
He
stuff.
just-
But I think he's playing pretty well. You better watch him on Saturday. He played really well against the Sharks.
Where's he
the other
playing?
day.
Is he midfield or
He
what?
played he played on the wing that day, but he played. I
What
think
are
he
you putting him
played.
at 13 for?
Yeah, but he played
putting
midfield against Varsity.
Putting
Stick with me.
centres out on the wing.
Yeah.
Stick with me. Trent Renata's coming into first 5. Breeny's got turf toe. We'll talk about turf toe in a minute. Everybody's got turf toe. I'll actually ask you what turf toe means. So Trent Renata's in. Now you're coming in, Bryce. Can you believe that?
Oh, I think it's just
I can't.
just because
believe
I'm
it.
here, I think.
We're leaving Ashton Tucker in. He's going pretty well
Yeah,
for
he's
the
not.
Sharks.
He's shorter than me.
Yeah, but he's probably heavier than you.
Oh, he's a lot heavier than me.
Yeah. So you're in. So we've got
Cheers.
2 little speedy wingers in the forwards. Now we're going to put Charlie O'Connor. We're dumping him. He's out. Just not up to it. So we're putting Lee Allen. Apparently, was he really good on the weekend?
Oh, yeah,
Against
absolutely.
GI?
Couple of tries, a few turnovers.
Righto, we're leaving Willis Scott. How well's he going for you?
Oh, very good. Yeah, you'll have to leave him up there this week.
He's staying in. We're leaving Josh Dixon in.
Yeah, I like him.
Going all right.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him play yet, but we're leaving him
Nice
in.
shot.
We are dumping Tom Franklin because he didn't play, so he's out. So we're bringing in Louis Armstrong's son, George Armstrong. I don't even know who George Armstrong is, but he plays for Harbour. Must be going okay. Won some line-out ball. Unbelievably, no, Nick Grant's going as well. We're dumping him. He's out from Varsity. Didn't get a ride up and sit. I'm putting Richard Thompson in. Won some good ball. In fact, he dominated the line-outs on Saturday against Southern. And we're leaving in Dean Collins, unbelievably, and Ben Nolan. Can't believe that. We're dropping this guy. I've never heard of him.
Yeah,
Zingaree, he's out. And we're putting in Jake Miono. I thought he played well against the Sharks a couple of weeks ago, and he got a bit of a ride-up again on Saturday. That's our team. Are we happy with that?
Yeah, not
Yeah,
bad.
nice.
Right, before we move on to the games this week, just a couple of things I'm hearing. How's the Otago squad going?
Yeah, really good. Yeah.
I hear you got some injury concerns.
Yeah, there's a few injuries at the moment. Turf toe seems to be...
So what is turf toe?
I don't know.
So Breeny's got turf toe.
I think it's a new fashionable thing.
So
It's like a Snapchat.
So who else has got turf toe? Is there a serious turf toe injury?
Jackson.
So Jackson Mopo. So could he be out for a while, I'm hearing?
I think he needs surgery from what I've heard.
So he won't play for Otago this year?
I don't believe so.
Gee, that's a big loss, and that'll mean he's also out of the New Zealand Colts tour.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, big loss for him.
Yeah.
So apart from that, everybody okay?
Yeah, everyone seems to be ticking along. Big Tama Tuarangi seems to be nearly back. So
He hasn't played for varsity, has
he had a couple of games in between surgeries, different injuries.
Well,
Getting old.
I'm getting told to wind it up, so we move on to this week's game. So I'll get a pick from you both. Let's start with Bryce. We'll start with your game. Kaikorai Pirates. You'll be picking Pirates.
Nah, Kite, mate.
Kaikorai win. I tell you what, they're going all right. They've only missed their last few games. They've only missed. They nearly gave you guys a run for your
I
money.
think it's 5 or 6 under 7 or something.
Yeah, they should have beaten the Sharks. Well, who are you picking? Pirates, Kite.
Come on, mate.
Yeah, I'll go Kite.
Yeah, I'd pick Pirates. Tyree Harbour.
It's got to be Tyree.
Too easy.
Noni's playing, isn't he?
Manoni.
I've heard he's playing for Harbour.
I'll find it.
Yeah.
Is that the word in the street?
Word on the street is.
Manoni. He'll be big.
Ben Noel will be up for that one.
He would be right into it. So you with Tyree and Harbour?
Eels, 13.
Going with the Eels.
Yeah.
Zingaree GI.
Dragons.
Going with the Dragons.
Yeah, they'll sharpen that last 40 against us.
I agree.
Yeah.
You going
up.
Zingaree? Well, Dunedin and the Lamb Reunion. Well, they won by 70. You won by 70. So
Broncos.
You're picking the Broncos?
I love an upset.
That's just unbelievable.
Underdog.
You'll be picking the Broncos too.
Nah, Dunedin 1-12.
Right. 1-12.
Yeah.
And Southern Uni?
Ooh, that's the match of the week, I think.
Yeah, but have they got anybody? Have they got those boys back from Japan yet? The winner won the universities tour. Don't know if they're back.
Not sure.
Don't know if they're back.
Who went?
Well, they lost Anir. They lost Paul Grant.
He's injured though.
Schwickard.
I thought.
Schwickard still. He didn't go.
Did he not?
And there was somebody. Oh, and they had the big lock, the big Otago lock.
Oh, yeah.
He went as well.
Debacle.
He went as well. So who are you picking?
Southern.
Southern.
Yeah, Southern will get up for this one.
Okay, that's it for this week. I'll just leave you with one. I won't talk about the Highlanders playing the Bulls this week. I shudder to think about it. But in the big game, Southern versus Uni, Southern can't play as bad as they did last week. They'll win by 13+, and we'll talk to you again next week.